Join us every week for coaching and Q&A. You'll learn how to get more listings signed and sold following the simple and fun easy listing method. Plus, find hidden gem tips and get motivated as you surround yourself with like-minded peers in this weekly mastermind. Let's jump in.
Hey, handsome.
Hey, Schmolies, man. Who's this?
Donnie Bennett.
Donnie Bennett who?
Donnie Bennett, who's sitting at his desk. I just got my computer restarted and the email started popping, pop. I said, oh, this just started a few minutes ago. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah. We finally got the new training up and the new stuff up, and we've tested this out. I'll be putting one of mine on first before I have you guys put yours on. But this is kind of what the new site will look like. We are doing a lot of marketing for this program here, and there's a little map here, which you filled out the thing for to get on.
I did.
Do you want to see the training portal stuff? I mean,
Sure.
You do such a great job of marketing your own stuff, but would you like
slacking
to see?
this month, but yeah, I appreciate that. I'll look.
But there's a whole new course on here, not that you need it, but I do talk about you a lot in this thing.
All lies.
It's all brand new course. It really, hopefully they'll understand how to come in and make this thing work.
Yep.
Versus that other crappy one that we had. The vanilla one. But the training materials, I mean, she's got just a ton of stuff.
Nice and smooth. I hope this didn't cost you $1 billion. It looks really nice.
Well, thank you. You know how these things go. But she's got all these things, even probate stuff down here.
Yep.
There has been so much content added to this thing. It's just crazy. Here's some ads you can run it, just with Canva drag and drop.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll tell you what even to change on it. But she's got all this stuff, for people to use.
In the chat, I'm dropping you a link to a page on I have multiple websites, but on my Bennett team website, I put like sell for 0 commission at the top. And so that page is, so I just got the 3 bullet points, 1, 2, 3, boom, 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 what people want. I'm trying to simplify it and keep it in short spurts to make it easier to explain, because I'm trying not to explain it to people while I'm on the phone with them. I'm trying to give them the vibe of what it is, but not giving them what it is. Because
that's smart.
Because if I don't do the in-person, they'll just blow off whatever I'm saying no matter what. And then they might share everything with a competitor, and so, but yeah, that's my page dedicated for that landing page for that. I have like a QR code that I have when I do the open house stands with the information graphics. I don't have any around me right now, but I have like one with the QR code taking them straight to this page to get them set up.
Awesome.
That's pretty much it. Sellers only want 3 things, and I'm only SO who can give you all 3. That's pretty much the pitch.
Well,
right? They want most money, best terms, lowest commission. That's the conversation.
I got it. It's so weird because you haven't been around for a while, but agents that aren't going through the new training and this, I mean, all of a sudden, I saw 10 days, 15 days, 20 days, 30 days, 50 days, 180 days that they're running the offer events for. And it's like, what the hell? How are they straying that far off the training? So anyway, Mona and I decided to go in and do another listing to make sure the processes were still working.
Mm-hmm.
We put it up on Thursday. We're in contract on Tuesday. Had 103 people come to the open house. Another 24 agents showing it. She picked up listings. We ended up getting 12 listings off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And she could have picked up buyers, but we're giving buyers everybody else. So the process, the way we teach it and the way you run it still work great.
It's not rocket science. We're not curing cancer. It's pretty straightforward. Just, I did have, there's a high-end agent in my market who I've known for more than 20 years, and he writes some on his Facebook without identifying me. Now, nobody knows how much commercial business I'm doing because it's not an MLS necessarily. Nobody knows about my rental business. Nobody knows about management. And nobody knows I'm going through like the 10th death in 5 years in my family. I'm going through some shit and I'm busy. But then he looked up my numbers. I wasn't doing as great as I was last year. He put some information in there. So I just pick up the phone. You shouldn't be doing that shit. He writes me an email back. After I send the message, I write him an email. And then he writes me an email back. Well, I take my profession very seriously, and these discount brokerage. I said, what my business
Oh my
model is
God.
nothing to do with you. And
Right.
I said, if you would like, I'll explain it to you, but don't go half cocked and talk about me. And he wrote me a very nice, it was an apology, but he was apologizing for his reaction. You don't know how it even works. You think you do, but how about this? You call me, I'll take your call 7 days a week and tell you exactly how the it works. Of course, he just wanted to get out. He didn't want to have anyone interactions with me. I'm a little much, and I know that I am, but he didn't want to have anyone interactions with me, and he moved on. But I don't feel the need to over-explain it. I just want to pitch it to the people that need it to be pitched to in person in the manner that they need it. And I have some lawyers now. I've done a couple deals with some lawyers, and they're liking it. So, there's nothing wrong with the system of the program at all. I like that you updated the training because that was needed, and the fact that people aren't capitalizing on it or they're not going, I don't know what to say to those people other than, I think the mindset, you got this mindset. This is how this works. I am a robot. Listen, we're outside the box. Okay. Here's why it works. Here's why it's awesome. And I got, is it here? Hang on one second. Oh, here's one of those things I was looking for. I put the 0% thing right in there. Hang on one second. I've been moving so much stuff lately. So here's one of the, so at the open house events, besides I'll put this up so people can scan that stuff. So that way I don't have to print out. I create a landing page. So somewhere around here, I have a book with all the postcards, the just sold postcards showing this price, that price. What I do like is that when I go back and look at the old URLs, they're still there. So I create a custom page on the Blackstone site, bypass this here. So this is my Blackstone Ocean Properties site, not to be confused with my Bennett team site, right? So I'll create a custom page. All this stuff is just the format of the page. The stuff I inject the picture, I make a picture like this. That's usually the postcard picture. And then when they scan the QR code, they'll end up like on this page or a page like this. Thank you for your interest in 2 Northview Terrace. All offers must be made by bidding, blah, blah, blah. That was the date. And then please click for all this crap. And then I have all the things here. So I like that I can click right to view the current bidding. And then everything is still there because when I do a listing presentation, I go, look, we started this at 382. That 0 is missing too. I'd like that corrected.
Okay.
There's a 0 missing.
I'll get Michelle to correct it.
All right. So there's that. So, but the whole thing, and then I like to go down and show them what's going on. I show, here's what happened. Here's the story of it. By changing the dynamic of saying, the seller has the right to accept, reject, or counter any offer, but the seller also has the right to terminate the bidding process at any time. Is that language here? I don't think I put it on this page, but maybe is that going to be going? Okay. Seller is exercising their right to terminate this bidding process earlier than previously advertised. But I changed that. But I think before it said seller has the right to terminate the bidding process early if a suitable offer, so whatever the hell I said. Like that, right? And that motive on this particular sale, which we started at 382, the first bid on this was 424 plus the 6%. Was that? The first bid was 424 plus the 6%. So that's an offer of 450. This house was worth 440. Excuse me. Yeah, 440 was the max was the value of this property. So the bidding went up to that 438. So the total sales price was the 465. Then I take my iPad and I take this page and I go to the appraisal and I meet the appraiser. And the appraiser, we don't have much say with them, but when you get in there, hey, how you doing? Hey, so this is an interesting one. And explaining this process to the appraiser makes their eyes go wide. And so now they're like, what did you do here? Yeah, because they want to know, because a house with the bank appraisal, it's worth what someone's willing to pay for it. I knew this house. I had the comps. So 440 was the number. We're coming in 25 grand over what it would have been. And I sat with the appraiser. Look how close these bids are. Look, we had 6 or 7, whatever it was, right? He goes, wow. That puts in their mind, this was not a one-off. There was multiple people in that range, and the value came in at exactly 465. Because if the value hadn't come in, what good is the bid? What good is the bid?
Yep.
Not. So that's the next step after, making sure if it seems like it's a horse race, and it did seem like it because I did my numbers, I had to make sure that the appraiser was on board with that. I couldn't know for sure until the appraisal got done, but I called him later. He goes, yeah, it didn't hurt that you showed me that stuff. That's all I'll say.
Very good.
So I like that these pages stay up. That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Well, that's actually cool stuff, man. I love it. We're going to resume the first of the year. We're going to resume the mastermind group, and I'm going to unveil some cool stuff. We're going to have competitions only for the master. The way people can get into the mastermind group, they have to close 5 properties on the site,
Mm-hmm.
and so it'll grow as we go. But we're
I
going to
haven't done
have
that
a
in this year.
quarterly contest and a lot of fun with our new people.
Well, I'm busy trying to dig up listings right now. I got a bunch of things. I got one coming up for the site. It was an off-market property that I sold. And the owner of the buyer, it's a first time. I never met him before, but I explained the system to him. So that's going to be going live pretty soon. I got beat out on a listing. They didn't want to go to 0%. And it wasn't because of anything that was wrong. There was an entity involved in the family's sale who went with another realtor because that realtor is going to give him a personal kickback. That's how that went. And it didn't matter that they'd make more money with me, and that didn't seem to resonate. So little things like that, you can't really, what are you going to do? Looks like today we got 1,034 houses. We need 4,000 houses to be on the market before Rhode Island becomes a buyer's market. So we're low on inventory, and
How is the new A&R settlement going for you guys up there?
not much change for me.
What about for the
only-
buyers, agents looking at them? Have you?
Yeah, so I'm having the buyers fill out the agreement, and I'm locking them for 6 months minimum, just like a listing. And like I just made an offer the other day, and the client, I got it right here on my screen. Unfortunately, my client, he squeaks when he walks. He throws quarters around like they're manhole covers. Okay. I can't do it. The asking price was $389, which is very low for our market. I estimate the house to be worth about $415 to $435, and they're asking $389. What does he offer? $380. And I'll use that escalation clause up to $389. I was like, dude, you might just offer the $389. You know, I went through the expenses very closely with the lender, what he would need. And so he made the offer based on that stuff, but he also knew that he owed me 3%. And so the seller's paying 2, you owe me 1. Then he was happy with that. So I'm just doing what I normally do. It's not much of a change for me. One recent one though, because you'll lose some buyers. I had some buyers. I've known the girl for a long time, from the gym back in the day, whatever. Her and her husband, you got a couple of kids. I got one on the way. Been showing them houses. And before this, the thing went into effect. And I get a call last week from the lender that was working with them. When my mother died, I kind of went MIA for a few people. They might send me a text and I didn't respond or something like that. But I'm still sending them emails. I see that. Matter of fact, if I look in, I bet they logged in today. They're logging in every day to look at houses. I can see them logging in. And there they are. Number 1:16 p.m. today. They were just in. So the lender calls me and he goes, "Hey, the bad news. What? Bill and Ashley, yeah? They're in a contract on another house." "What?" "Yeah. Yep. So I don't know." I said, "Dude, I'll take the blame. I wasn't present for them, I guess, maybe one day on one of my bad days, and it is what it is. I'm not that mad about it." He goes, "Well, yeah, and they went to a different lender. They cut me out too." I go, "Oh, why is that?" "Well, they made the offer, and Bill asked me what the payments are going to be, like $3,000. Bill wanted the payments to be $700 less, but he didn't ask me the question until after he was on the contract. You're supposed to know beforehand." Okay. So he went with another lender who said he could do it for him. Guess what? Day of the closing. "Oh yeah, here's the payment." That's not what I agreed to. Didn't close at the table. Now he's getting sued by the sellers and the other, whatever the hell. The choo-choo train got collapsed at the closing table. And I'm like, God protect me from that couple, because I wouldn't have let it get there, because I would have made sure he agreed to the numbers before we signed the offer. That's how I
Right.
roll. But hey, you know what? Some guy who does a good amount of business didn't do his job, and there's still, now I was going to cut him off from getting listings from me. Why should I? I'm going to pretend that I don't know any of that. But imagine that the day they're going to lose their deposit, number one, and then they're getting sued because they caused damages because that seller probably had a buy lined up later that day, and that probably slipped through their fingers like some prize from Indiana Jones. So yeah, basically, I'm not dealing with a lot of buyers right now, and I have some organization going on where I'm getting everything. I'm now having emails go out, like John, who does nothing. John's job, which he didn't do it last week, to email people on Tuesday and on Friday. Go in the MLS, look, you can see that they were in, look at the list, get all the recent people and get their matches and just pluck out the open houses. Say, here's the open houses that match your criteria this week. Do it Tuesday, do it Friday. And now it's on my behalf. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow up with a video text because I have to be more in their face. So I'll do, hey guys, just want to let you know, I know email went out. I don't know if you can hit any of those open houses. Let me know what you're going to do. That kind of thing. Now I'm present. So I have to schedule that. Because if I don't, I won't do it. My phone has rang 10 times since we've been on this call, and I haven't taken those calls because I know they're mostly junk. But usually I answer almost every call. And I can't, I know I have to schedule those things. That's one little task is that I have to make sure I'm in front of them. And the video call, the video message is probably the best way.
Hey, is there anything I can do for you, Donnie?
No, I just thought I'd pop in. I'm glad I caught you.
Yeah, I'm glad you did too. It's always a blessing to see you and talk to you.
I bet you say that to all the guys.
You know what? I don't. There's only a few that help me do stuff.
I appreciate it.
My wife has a question for you. What? Mona wants to know if you've been a stand-up comedian.
Technically, no. I was a radio personality for years, and I've hosted a lot of events. I did have a comedy show for 7 years. I never wrote one joke. I just get on stage, and whatever happens, happens. And it was that show was called Girls Night Out. It was a 90-minute comedy show where real comedians performed. Then there was an intermission, and then I came out, and it was Girls Night Out, bachelorettes, birthday girls, and then I do contests and games and then after that, I'd bring out the male dancers and I go to the DJ booth and play music. And but I would do game shows basically. So I'm not shy.
I mean, your one-liners are so fast and so brilliant.
Thank you.
Can you hear her?
I didn't know what I even said in this conversation. It's all gone. Like I said, I haven't written a joke. I just get on stage and wing it, and whatever happens, happens. And I can't say some of the jokes because they're really rated R, and I want to get into that conversation. But that show I did for 7 years, and I made more money with that show. I only sold the show in 2016, but I was obligated to host it and do my stupid stuff that I do.
John's coming in late. This is our auctioneer Slash.
Yeah. Have your fun.
Well, anyway, I really enjoyed talking to you.
The pleasure is all on this side of the table. I
so
appreciate
nice
that.
to meet you because I just
pleasure to meet you, and you guys have a very nice day. Hey, John, how you doing?
You too, darling.
So
your mic's muted. Bye.
Bye.
So John Donnie Bennett is
Nice
like
Hi.
the stud of all studs for putting stuff on the site. He's the one that we talk about to put a $300,000 listing on it. And what did you make on it? Like 28 grand? By the time you're
I don't remember
this, 2.5 that, and
I don't remember which one, but the talking about the first one I did.
well, I just one.
I don't know,
but
one of the deals I got 8.5% on plus 1,500. That was because it was a small deal. It was like a $90,000. What was that?
Making auctioneer money now.
Yeah, well, it was. I was still testing it out, and I didn't know if it would work with that property. And it was, I'm glad I sold it. But and it was one of those weird deals. People reach out to you for, I've got land, but I'm overseas, and I got to email you that nonsense that the title companies are dealing with. You got a lot of people representing themselves as owners of properties, and they're out of the country, and it's very, very sketchy. That particular house, the guy was out of the country, but it wasn't like he came to me. I tracked him down in Australia, and that's how, because some company was trying to pitch me on their services, buy leads, or whatever. And I the way my brain works, I figured out enough. They had certain houses they were representing. So I found the houses, and I found that one of them was a house that already sold like 3 months ago. One of them wasn't on the market. And the third one was this little tiny crap house. I go, I can't find this owner. And it turned out he had an LLC in Wyoming or something like that. And then that led me to, anyway, he was in Australia. But I tracked this guy down, and my lawyer was like, you know this guy? I said, no. We got his passport. We got all the identifying factors and figured out it was real. I said, listen, he's from here. His father lives in, this town, blah, blah, blah. So, but that deal, I didn't know what was going to happen, but I knew it was under 100, so I had to give you guys at least 1,500. So it was 1,500 plus like, you know, 2.5, like, yeah, 2.5% is what he was going to pay me. And then the buyer side, they gave 6, and then so it ended up being 8.5 plus 1,500, and I gave 2% to the buyer agent, so I kept 6.5. So that was one of the first ones. But yeah, I feel bad for these people, these agents that aren't getting it, or they're not responsive to how it works, or they're stuck in that box. They can't get out of that box. This is beep bop boop. It works like this. I don't know this.
Well, I'll take responsibility for that with the lousy training program. That wasn't our program, but it was two people out selling they wanted, we went from one that was too long, slow and arduous to another one that didn't explain anything at all. And now this new one,
Yeah.
you get signed up for it and you get your new pack. I'd be interested if you'd give me some feedback. It's 2 hours long and
All right.
simple.
So I got that on one of my screens here. Which one was it? Here we go. I'll start filling this thing in anyway that you told me about. But it's not necessarily your fault, by the way. Guy, what were you gonna say?
I want to tell John that so Donnie is one of those guys that just caught on to this thing. Probably, he's one of those guys that didn't even need the training. But he is, other than Joe Petno, he is the third biggest user of our site.
Yeah, I love the video you got playing in the background, Donnie. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's real. Everything is real. Real flag. Everything's real. This is a real room.
There you go.
I'm not that's my mom right there in the middle. But thank you. So yeah, it's an old promo video for what I do is at the open house events, when I do a big one, I take the video, I interject some promos, whatever it is. It's all volume off anyway, and I have that playing on the TVs in the house when I do like a big open house. So this was playing for this particular house. So it goes video, maybe a promo or 2 promos, and then it's a video of the still shots, then 2 promos, then the video again. So it's on a loop like that. So
And how do you connect all the TVs in the house?
I'm sorry, I get USBs and plug them in all the TVs and set it up.
Oh, okay.
And turn the volume down.
Yeah.
So I go ahead, like some of the, so for this TV, like an older one, I got a DVD player under here that takes USBs. So sometimes I bring a couple of DVDs to hook them up if I have to, if the TVs aren't compatible. So that's the best way to do it. I don't want to get into going in their YouTube and stuff like that. I don't know. I just, because that's another way to do it, but not everybody has the smart TVs and all that stuff. So, but I don't do it at all the open house events, but at the bigger ones, when I know it's a nicer house like this one, and I've got options, I get up there and set up early. But then I'll put these out so people can scan to go to, I have a custom page set up for the site that then is the funnel for all of the links. Can I show him what I'm talking about?
Yep, you're still hooked up.
All right, so get that page here. Share screen 3, right? So this is my team page, which I have a Sell for Zero banner on here. And the only 3 questions, really, anybody selling their home wants 3 things. I want the most money, the best terms, the lowest commission. And I'm the only asshole that can give you all 3. That's it. That's the pitch. Can you see that okay?
Yeah, as I say, BennettTeam.com.
Yeah. That's BennettTeam.com is that site. But then this other site I'm going to take you to now, this is my office site. And I made it, what I did was I made a custom page for this particular, for every property, I make a custom page.
Right.
So it's for the attachments and whatnot, right? So all this stuff around it is just framed. This is in the middle is the stuff that I've changed, the picture of the house, not even a huge description. Just thank you for your interest in blah, blah, blah. All offers are made via bidding process, which is happening right now through Wednesday, July 3rd. Seller reserves the right to terminate the bidding event at any time for the right offer. That's the key language that I started interjecting earlier in the year to make things go better, and it has worked. Interested parties are advised to register and bid ASAP. This home is being sold in as-is condition, cash or conventional sale only, no FHA, blah, blah, blah. And it could have gone FHA, but I just put that, it was like leftover language from the previous listing. And then I'll give them a link. And I like that I can link them to, hey, here's where the bidding is. And then the bidding site's still up, and, so they can find their way there. Or, here's all the documents. And I've got a Google Drive with everything they need.
Wow, we are on the same page here, Donnie.
I'm sorry?
My site, you'd be shocked at how similar they are.
So I do that, and then the video tour, and the MLS listing, and then the custom website for the property.
Are
And this
you
sold
using any
82,000 over asking. What was
create
that?
Are you using any AI to create these pages or websites?
No.
Okay.
This custom site that I do here, this is part of what my photographer offers. So all I have to do is fill in the details of the property and write in
Yep.
the listing description. And then everything else, we've got, the floor plans and the 3D tour, the Matterport tour here. All that's here. The
You
map.
hire somebody to create your Matterport tour?
Yeah, my photographer.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So all that's there. So I have a Matterport account, but that's just to house the tours of the properties that I want to keep in my demo or my listing presentation.
Right.
So this custom website is mostly done by the photographer, and then I add the text or I switch things around. But what I will do from time to time, let me see, I'll do another one here. 360 Shawmut. Let's see if that works. Maybe not that one, but this is a variation of it anyway. There's a site that works. It's the same thing, so I'm just going to go through it. But so what I'll do is I'll add videos. So this one's sold. Let me see. I'll add the video. So I'll go to video. Oh, I went too far. The mouse got caught. So this one here, I've got the video, the regular video. This is just slideshow, whatever that is. Another promo maybe. And then when I sold it,
This home, 360 Shawmut Ave, Warwick, Rhode Island. We just got it sold for $220,000.
Wow. Beachfront property for 220.
$220,000 over the asking price.
Oh, there's the catch.
$995,000. Sellers are very happy. Buyers are happy. Team's happy. If you need me, reach me. 401-269-9615. I'm Donnie Bennett from the Donnie Bennett team at Blackstone Ocean Properties. Reach me anytime for real estate in the ocean.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
yeah. So, but I can add these as I go, right?
Right.
And then I'll use these, let me see here. Then I have another, let me see here. Sell my home. Okay. So this other page, when I do a CMA, I send the CMA. I send like the 70 something page version.
Yeah.
I send that as a clickable link because it's so large. But I'll also include an attached 10-page version because they only really care about the last page anyway. And then there'll be a bunch of language with a link to, this site. Where do we go from here? Here's the site. And I tell them, selling a home starts here, blah, 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 and trust the plan. And so I'll have a picture of the house, which will take them to the custom website, right, with all that stuff. So that's more promo. Another one sold all cash, blah, blah, blah. And then I like to have the Matterport tour represented. That's why I keep a Matterport account, because again, it makes me look, you want people to know what you're doing for them. So this is my commercial for myself that goes exclusively to people with the link after that I've done a CMA for them. So I've put that house there, that beachfront house is there, so they can see those videos and blah, blah, blah. Where do we go from here? And then all the other crap down at the bottom. And, but this is part of how I do my CMAs. So it just kind of sits there. And every once in a while I can flip the properties around and add different things or remove or whatever. And I found out through Matterport, like I only pay for 5 spaces or 5 tours. And through Matterport, if I want to replace one, now you lose that other tour forever. But they said, no, you can put it on pause as long as it's not live. So in other words, if I like one of these houses, it's not really a great house. If another good one comes along, I'll slide that out. It's like on timeout. I don't lose the tour, but it's not presented anywhere. If I want to bring it back, I can bring it back. And if I want to expand to 10 spaces, or 10 videos, I can, but I like to keep it at 5.
Yeah.
I'm not a photographer. I don't need all that.
That's all.
But the photographer who does this has it on his Matterport. And then when he's done with it, he slides it over to me if I need it.
Nice. Hey, let me do this real quick while I got you here. This is a website that I put together. How do I hide this bottom thing? There we go. But what I do is I have my upcoming auctions and my past auctions. And if we go to, let's say this one, all my pages pretty much look the same. But I come down and I have pictures of the property to get people interested, information that they need. And then I go into videos.
Yep.
This one, I used some AI and I do all these videos myself.
So do I. Yeah, I get that.
Hi there. My latest listing.
So here's a
Oh, there
list.
you go.
And I used AI to recreate it. Watch this.
So AI did your voice?
No.
Oh,
It could.
They show you exactly.
I used AI to create this image.
oh, wow.
5 seconds.
To the home of your dreams.
So then I do this.
Perfect rental or flip property. Let's watch that magic again. From 60s era chic to ultra modern in a flash. If you're in the market for a new home.
Yeah, so that took care of that. Then I come down and I have a tour of the first floor, a tour of the basement. And again, to be totally transparent, I go ahead and do this walkthrough and check out this crack in the basement floor
Mm.
or in the
Well,
basement wall.
That's the wall, yeah.
It's everywhere.
And we also have a fireplace in the basement with a wood burning stove.
But on this house, everybody that came through said the most I would pay for this house is 130 to 140. We sold it at auction for 220.
Nice.
But again, it has information. Here's a map. Then this is just a picture file, so you can pull up different pictures. And then all the documentation that you need right here. Download all the documentation.
There you go.
Yeah, so we really, without knowing each other, we follow a similar plan. Lots of videos. Click
Less
here,
paper. Less
understand.
paper. You know what I mean? I just put up
Very transparent.
at the open house events. I'm just putting up the little
QR code.
yeah the little property description, and then there'll be a couple on the table. But I usually reserve a full set of disclosures for unattached buyers, so I keep those close on a clipboard. Nobody can get them because people will
Right.
walk off with them. And you got an agent. Here's you want go scan the QR code. Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have it? Okay, have your agent get it to you. Can't you get a copy? I can have you look at them, but I need this copy. It's kind of sounds cheesy or cheap, but I'm trying to limit how much paper goes out, and I certainly don't want to give a fully marketed document or whatever to some agent, some other agent. I don't want them to take it. Hey, Donnie gave me this. Let's copy everything.
I wonder
So
if there's a way where someone could scan a QR code and it automatically downloads their contact information to you or to
Yes.
the funnel.
that exists.
Yep.
That exists. And
way-
that's why you got to be careful with QR codes in New York City and other big cities. You'll see posters with a QR on them, and scammers are putting their own QR over some legitimate QR, and and I don't know what they're doing, what they're getting out of it, but it ain't good. So yes, there's a way for some automated to happen.
Oh God, bro,
That would
these
save a
people
lot of
think they
paperwork
can
going
drop
on, and
down.
it would help you capture everybody who came to your open house.
Yeah. So do you have a company that you use for the QR stuff yourself or no?
I used to sell barcode labeling systems, and so I just create my own QR codes.
And how do you track them?
I don't.
Yeah, neither am I. So I have to do that now. That's the next step.
What do you mean by
Because
tracking?
There's
What do you
an
mean
app. I probably buy my stupid apps and then don't use them than anybody. But I know there's some app that I downloaded. I got to check into it and see what it really does. But I guess you can use it to kind of streamline your open houses. Is it Trello?
Twilio.
Trello.
Yeah,
Let's see what that is.
I use QR code generator. It tracks them, all the stuff. So you have access to that, John, if you want to use it.
Oh, it's on part of one of the assets on the website.
No, it's because you're coming in to sell the product.
Okay. Yeah, there's a way we could track people scanning QR codes.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Atlas. Because now the thing is, people use their phones to sign at the open houses, and now you don't have to scribble a name and not know if it says, Jose or Josephine.
Oh, exactly. And you're getting the right information too.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. No more 1980s nightclubs fake numbers at 3 a.m.
I'm a fan of QR codes, Donnie. I entered a contest and put a QR code on a flyer, sent it out to 250,000 real estate agents for $200, and I won $21,000 worth of prizes.
Back that up. You put a QR code on a flyer that you sent out to agents.
Yep.
And then they clicked on it.
When they scanned a QR code, it's got my affiliate link in the QR code.
Mm-hmm.
So it took them to a contest page, and it was my affiliate link, which moved me up the ladder on the waiting list and I was number 1 on the wait list, I won first prize. Because I sent it to
And you gave somebody $200.
What's that?
And you gave somebody $200.
I spent $100 to send it out to 134,000 realtors in California and $199 to send it to 116,000 realtors in Florida.
No, but was it a contest for them as well? I mean,
Well, it was to get your name on a wait list for an AI app that was coming out for luxury realtors.
got it.
So they just wanted to spread the word. And if you spread the word and people use your affiliate link, we'll move you up on the list. And
Got
I sent it out to 250,000 realtors. And by sheer numbers alone, I went in 48 hours. I went to first place in the contest from 743rd to first in 48 hours. And I won the contest 2 months later.
Good for you. Have you heard of this Atlas app?
No.
So I saw some commercial on Instagram, something like that. And it's I'm on the website now, supercharge your GPA. But I don't even really, I just know that some agent was shilling it going, this is how I do my CMAs. And it was like, I wouldn't do it like that, but I just bought it for like $100 or whatever it was. Cause it was an impulse buy in the middle of the night.
Was supercharge your CMA?
No, it says GPA, whatever that means, but I have a account for it. I'm still not sure what it does.
Is that the geofencing app?
I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Continue with my phone. Well, I'll have to dig into it, but I know that was a real estate related app that I put down here. I got to find something that again, can
I think that's
info.
the farm.
I think it was for open houses. This is for me to capture people's info at open houses. I think that's why there's an AI. It comes with an AI CRM and some kind of cold call AI. I'm looking at the app on my phone because my desktop is not synced up to my phone is. Well, open houses, create an open house. I can create an open house and I don't know what the hell happened. I haven't used it yet. I probably had it for 3 months and that's how stupid I am. Sometimes I make an impulse buy and then the next day I forget I did it.
Yeah, you and me both.
So, but I know I have to streamline some of those things. Inventory here sucks. I literally have only one deal pending right now. It's a commercial transaction. It's a good deal. It'll close in a week and a half, 2 weeks. But I do have some people lined up to get on the easy bidding platform with a couple of listings. And then I have one listing coming up. He doesn't want to go on the platform, so it is what it is. But I got some stuff on the horizon. But it's tough when there's 7,500, 8,000 agents and there's only 1,000 houses on the market. So
this is the differentiation.
That's right. So luckily, I saw a stat, and I don't know if this is correct. I saw a stat a couple of days ago. 74% of realtors in the United States, not Canada, 74% of realtors in the US sold 0 houses this year.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So I like for 74% of them to leave the business. Oh, I want to back up to something I was going to say earlier. Jake Cordage, I don't say his last name.
Cordage.
Yeah, how do you say it?
Cordage.
So he signed up with you guys, but he hasn't done anything, right? I haven't talked to him in 6 months or 8 months.
Yeah, they went through. He was with that estate AI.
Yeah, he's not with them anymore.
Well, it's a whole. Apparently, the new owner gave it to him, and then there were so many lawsuits. He said, "Forget it."
Losses or lawsuits?
Lawsuits.
Yee. That's not pretty. Okay, so haven't heard from them in a while. But here's a guy I talked to last year about the platform, and you said earlier to me, I take full credit or responsibility if they don't understand. You can't. I spoke to Jake at length, and I spoke to other people at length, okay, and broke it down in my psychotic way. I said, Jake, it's not rocket science. You're not curing cancer. You take the listing, and here's what you do, and blah, blah, blah. And in the end, you get paid more than if you were selling the regular listing. And people make more money, and you get more opportunity to get more buyers in the door and all the other side effects of it. He knows exactly. I showed him exactly what I was doing, and he never did it. So it isn't necessarily you. It's am I dealing with a motivated person or not? I don't know if I am. There's I'm sidetracking like I'm Trump over here, but there's a guy who does personal fitness, and he only takes clients who make $150,000 a year or more. That's his pitch. That's his promo. Do you make over $150,000? Well, you could be my client. Nobody else under that could be my client. Basically, is what he says. And we'll ask him why. Because he wants people who have money. And if you set yourself up, this is what I do. This is what I'm worth. You're going to get it. But if you don't know what you're worth, or I have an agent, she won't market in this particular town because it's too rich for her. I'm like, what does that mean?
There's
Oh, then I'm, what was that?
There's a huge EXP guy out on the West Coast. I used to be with EXP. I left. And his whole shtick is, guys, I never sold $1 million house in 30 years of real estate. I never sold $1 million house. He said, I was struggling, inventory was low. And so I decided I was going to become a luxury real estate salesman. And so I started focusing all my marketing on luxury real estate. He said, and now that's all I do. I'm getting leads coming out of everywhere. I'll sell 20 or 30 luxury homes this year. And that's his big shtick. And to your point, if she doesn't go into that market, she'll never get turned down. She'll never get accepted.
My father, who had 28 kids, by the way, said, how do you use the bad word, but how do you get the prom queen? I don't know. He goes, ask her to the prom. That's it.
Exactly. It's that simple.
Yeah. So anyway, nice talking with you. I gotta bounce because I have some folks are going to be waiting for me for a second here. But
Donnie, it was good catching up with you again.
My pleasure. And like I said, it's not. Don't take credit for the losses or for the people who aren't with the program. It's not like you didn't give them every opportunity to understand it. They're just stuck in a mindset that doesn't allow them to think outside, because they may talk to you or read something that you've put out, and then they go talk to someone in their office who they respect, whose opinion matters to them, and the person tells them, oh, I'm not gonna do that. They get shut down mentally, and they don't move forward. But nice to catch up with you, John. I'll try and find you on Facebook right now.
Can I send you my contact information in a text?
Sure. So I just sent that over. Listen, you guys try and have a good day. If you need me, I'm around. Never more than a phone call away.
All right. Thanks, Donnie.
Thanks, guys. Take
John,
care.
I'll see you on the other side here, on the other Zoom.
All right. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Right on.